model was a hindrance at first, because when you're trying to find out pertinent information, people are sort of looking at you like, who's this chick? Like, why is she asking all these questions? Where is her booth babe outfit? So oftentimes when you introduce yourself, you have to tell them where you're from, and often you'll get the question, or I would get the question, oh, what's your website? So I would just tell them the news outlet's website that I worked for, and then everyone would just kind of freeze and cough a little and feel really embarrassed. But I was never offended. It's something that was really important to learn right away, was have a thick skin. So once I sort of proved myself with that, people got used to me asking constant questions and being annoying. When I moved on from the magazine and started the PR firm, my passion became the sexo side, like Lucy said. On the flip side, everyone already knew who I was, and they preferred to talk to a woman about the sex toy stuff, because I'm the one who uses them. I know where they go, how they fit, where they don't go, and what it takes to sell one, and what I want to know as a consumer. So it really makes my job a whole lot easier having a vagina, basically. But getting started, a lot of the stereotypes, thinking that you're a big hoe, your main goal was to make some sales and then get laid in the bathroom late at night. That was sort of, those are some stereotypes that I encountered and then countered. But now it's smooth sailing.
Okay, I actually have ran into quite a few problems. As a performer, not so much. I've been under contract with Wicked, so it's not like I was out working for a bunch of companies and at the risk of being taken advantage of, although I don't even know if that happens. Like I said, I've only been with Wicked. My problems have come from being a director, and I think that it hurt me not only by being a female, but also by being a performer in the business who then went over to directing. And I've seen it in, I'm very often called the best female director in the business. What does my vagina have to do with it? Why can't I just be a good director? And it's constantly like, here are all the big feature directors who are all, the rest of them are all males, and then Stormy. And I see it, my movies constantly get great reviews. One year in particular, I directed like 4 movies and they all got Editor's Choice from AVN. But when awards come up, it's always the male directors that you see winning big awards. And it's always, oh, Stormy, she's the best female director in the business. And I think that the perception is that I don't really direct the movies. And there is a big reviewer for a big company who will remain nameless. And when I directed my big movie, Operation Desert Stormy, let me tell you, that movie almost put me in the hospital. I agonized over that. I wrote the entire thing myself, did all the art direction, all the wardrobe, all the location, starred in it, directed it. Every single part of that movie I did myself. The fight training, the stunts, the explosions, I hired everybody in the movie. I did all the legwork. It was a 10-day shoot. It was brutal. And a company reviewed the movie, it did very well. It won Best Comedy. And a reviewer who was very well respected in the business reviewed the movie. He gave it a great review, and then went on to say that the reason the movie was so good is because Francois Clouseau, who was another director at Wicked, was my cameraman. And that I had help from all these other actors and people from Wicked who were in the movie. Well, Francois is a fantastic cameraman, it's not a knock on him, but he's under contract with Wicked. He was the cameraman on every movie Wicked shot that year, including Brad Armstrong and Jonathan Morgan's movies. So why was it pointed out that he was the cameraman on my movie, and it was said that the reason that my movie did good was because he was on the shoot? Like, they just refused to acknowledge that a performer in the business could have the brains to direct such a big movie. And I confronted this reviewer about it. And he was like, oh, well, and this reviewer doesn't live in California, and he's never stepped foot on a set. And I see a couple of reviewers out here who actually have been to my sets, and they will tell you that I am in control. I'm not a name that they put on the box cover as a gimmick to sell movies. I really am directing. But this